Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Simplykrystelle here on YouTube. Today's video is going to be my February favorites. The month of February, I didn't have that much new makeup, so this video is going to be like a mix of skincare, body care, makeup, some brushes, and just like lifestyle things because I don't want it to just be like a beauty related favorites. Like I want it to be a little bit mixed of everything. Maybe I'll throw in some of my favorite songs this month and things like that. So before we get on to the video, please subscribe to my channel. Click that subscribe button down below. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment about some things that you like for the month of February. And let's get started to the video. So the first thing that I have been loving and I could not stop putting down for the month of February is this concealer right here. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I wear the shade Chestnut. Chestnut is my highlighting shade in this concealer, but this concealer, you guys, it's just so good. Like, I don't know what it is about this concealer that I love so much. Like, it's not super matte, but it's not super dewy. It's like right in the middle. It's hydrating. It's full coverage, but it still stays on your skin. Like, I don't know, it just makes my under eyes look so bright and it just makes me look so awake. And a little of this goes a very long way. Like, I don't even use my Tarte Shape Tape anymore, like, honestly. And that was my top concealer for a while, like a couple, like maybe last year. Like, I used to use the Tarte Shape Tape all the time, but I don't know, like this concealer is so good. Like, and honestly, it's probably the top concealer I have in my collection right now. Like, from like high end. Like, I have the Fenty one, which is okay, but this one just beats all of them out of the waters. Like, I love this concealer so much. And a good job with like this shade Chestnut because this undertone is not as red as the undertone from the foundation, because I remember when they just came out with the foundation, Chestnut was really on the more neutral side. This concealer is more on the golden side, so I really appreciate that. And that's my dog barking in the background. She's probably barking at some dogs. But anyways, so I really like this concealer, and I have not been able to put this down, and I haven't found concealer I like. The next makeup item that I want to talk to you guys about is this highlighter right here. This is the Makeup Revolution Strobe highlighter in the shade Gold Addict. I purchased this highlighter around November, but for whatever reason, I've been using it non-stop in the month of February. I love this highlighter. Like, it is so, it's like the perfect gold. It's pretty gold. But the thing I love about this more is the texture. Like, my friend is debating with me that it has a powdery texture, which it does, but I feel like it has a powdery putty texture. Not putty like the Colourpop ones, but it has like this powdery putty. I don't know, it's hard to explain the texture of this highlighter, but it's such a great highlighter, and it's so affordable, and it's so good, and I just love how it feels. Like, it does it looks like it's not sitting on my skin like a lot of my highlighters do. Like, I don't like chunky, glittery, powdery highlighters. Like, those would not go well with my skin type because I do have texture skin, and when I put that, it just looks like a stripe of highlight. But this one just blends in my skin, and it just looks so smooth. And it just, when I turn my head and stuff, I'm not wearing it today, but when I turn my head, like, you can see like the highlight popping off of my skin. So I really love this highlight a lot. So the next two items I'm going to be talking about are palettes. These are not new releases or anything like that, but these are things that have come out in a while, but I have been using these non-stop in the month of February. The first one is the Dose of Colors Desi X Katy Friendcation palette. I would open it for you guys, but the blue is broken, which I'm so sad about. The blue is broken. I don't know how my blue broke, because I think it had like an indent in it, right? And it fell. I dropped the palette and it just scattered. The blue shade, A Moment, I think it's called. Yeah, A Moment. I broke. But anyways, guys, this palette is so beautiful. Like, I have been using this palette a lot a lot this month, and it's such a simple palette. It has a couple pops of colors, but I don't know why I love it so much. I think it's just this brown. Like, I'm gonna open it halfway, but this brown right here, the shade called Churro and Girl Bye are like my favorite shades in it, because Churro is like my perfect brown transition shade that I have been looking for a very long time, because as a woman of color, brown transition shades are not really, you know, my palettes have a perfect brown transition shades for me. So this palette really has the perfect brown transition shade, and I'm so sad it's like limited edition, but I might just buy another one just to have a backup. But I love, 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 love this palette so much, and it's such a beautiful palette, and it's so simple, but you can do so many looks with just this palette. Just this palette alone, you can do a lot of looks. And the next palette is by one of my favorite YouTubers, Kathleenlights in Colourpop. This is the Dream Street palette by her. This palette, when I first saw it, I was like, Kathleen, like, this is not going to work for my skin tone. This is not going to work for someone of darker complexion. But I was wrong. I was definitely wrong, because this is such a beautiful, versatile palette. Like, when you first look at it, you're like, okay, what can I do with this? But then when you start working with the colors, you start looking at everything inside of the, when you start looking at everything inside the palette, you're like, oh my gosh, like, I can do so much with this palette. So this palette has definitely become one of my palettes that I've used the most in February. I've used like these two together a lot. I've used the Colourpop and Kathleenlights one, and the Dose of Colors with Desi and Katy a lot in conjunction together, and they work so well together. I love this palette so much, and I'm so proud of Kathleen, because I've been watching her for a very, very, very long time, and you know, she just is so good with making shadows. That's probably why Colourpop always works with her, because they're putting colors together. So I've been loving the Dream Street palette, and I know it's an older release, but I just haven't been able to put it down this month. So, oh, I forgot to tell you guys this other highlight I've been loving. This is the Colourpop Flexitarian highlight. Now, this highlight doesn't work for me on my face. It's way, way, way too light, but I've been loving to use this highlight as an inner corner highlight for my eyes when I'm doing eye looks, and this is like the perfect inner corner highlight. Like, even though it doesn't work on my face, but it looks so beautiful as like an inner corner highlight, and also a brow bone highlight if you go for very light hand. With this color, you have to be careful underneath your brow bone, especially if you're like my complexion, because it will look too like whitey pasty-ish. So I definitely recommend this with like a light hand. If you're in the corner, if you want to go heavy on your inner corner, that's fine. But if you're going under your brow bone, just go with a light hand. Alright, so now on to foundation. There's only been one foundation I've been loving for the month of February, and this is the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Foundation. Now, I have a sample size of it. It's like so tiny. But I'm definitely going to purchase the full size, because you guys, like, I'm wearing this foundation right now on my face, and I feel like it just makes my face so smooth, and I feel like all the pores that I have are like hidden. Like, it's the strangest things. Like, I don't have any foundation that does this for me. I don't have a lot of foundation. I have like maybe 6 foundations, and this is like the only one that covers everything. Like, obviously you still see some bumps I have on my skin and things like that, but because I don't have, you know, perfect skin, but this foundation just makes my skin look so smooth, and it definitely evens out my skin tone, and it definitely gives me like an airbrushy finish to my skin, because this foundation just, I don't know what it is about this formula, but it's so amazing, and it's so nice on the skin. Like, if you don't have this foundation, I would get a sample from Sephora, see how you like it, but I just know for my skin, it has definitely been doing a lot of wonders for it, and my skin just looks so beautiful, and this is the perfect color. I think I got the shade Golden Almond. Yeah, I got the shade Golden Almond, which is my shade in the stick foundation as well. So it's so nice. Like, I love this foundation so much, and it matches me perfectly, and it just makes my skin look amazing. And I don't have any foundation, like I said, it does this. Primers. So now on to primers. For the month of February, I've been loving this Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I am new to this primer right here. A lot of this primer has been out for a very, very, very long time. I just finally got around to using it, and I have to say, you guys, I love this primer so much. It's such a beautiful primer. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the coconut in it or the, I don't know what they put in this primer, but I love this primer. Like, it's hydrating. It's a very hydrating primer, but it doesn't make my skin oily, you know? And the thing is that I don't have oily skin. The only part that gets oily is my nose and like sometimes underneath my eyes and my eyelids. But other than that, like everything else is not oily. So this primer definitely like sinks into my skin, and I feel like my skin is being hydrated. I feel like I'm putting a moisturizer on top of my skin, and it just kind of like blends away with the foundation, if that makes sense. Like, it just blends as I'm putting my foundation, and it helps my foundation to just blend out evenly. And another primer that I've been loving is the Smashbox Primerizer Primer. This primer, I don't have the full size of it either, but I have been loving to use this primer. Again, it's a hydrating primer. I think I'm leaning more towards hydrating primers, because before I used to use like mattifying primers and silicone based like pore filling primers, and those would ball up on my skin, and when I would blend out my foundation would just look all a hot mess. And I feel like with these hydrating primers, like my foundation is actually blending out more evenly, and I feel like my skin is more smooth. So I'm definitely leaning more towards hydrating primers, because they really work well for my skin type. I have been loving these brushes right here. These are the Morphe brushes from the Rose Gold collection. I didn't realize how amazing the Rose Gold collection is. I think that the Rose Gold collection is better than the other brushes I have from Morphe, because I have like the M441 brush, I have like the M505 brush, I have like the E32 brush, I have the silver one, like it's like silver here and black here, but these I feel like are softer, and I feel like they feel more high quality. Now, I don't know if this is because these are like newer, because my other ones are from like 2015, so I don't know. I just purchased these like a month ago, but these just feel to me like softer, and they feel easier to work with. So I really like these brushes. I'm thinking about ordering some more brushes from Morphe, because from this line, the Rose Gold line, because these feel so luxurious and they feel better quality than the other Morphe brushes that I have. So now onto skincare. For the month of February, I have been loving this right here. This is the Ole Henriksen, the Clean Truth Foaming Cleanser. You guys, one of the only cleansers that does not leave my skin feeling super dry. Now, when I use this cleanser, I thought this was going to leave my skin super dry, because I've heard reviews about it, and I've seen some videos. Some people say when they use it, their skin feels like super dried out. This does not leave my skin dried out at all. I feel like my skin has been clearer since I've been using this cleanser, and I just feel like my skin just looks healthier and my skin looks better. I love this cleanser so much, and it's pretty affordable. Like, I bought this size for $10, which is a pretty decent size. It's 1.7 fluid ounces, and this was $10. So that's pretty good, and I feel like the bigger size is like, I think like 20 something or 30, but this is such a great cleanser. It's simple, it's basic, but I feel like it works. Like, has it brightened my skin? No. But has it made my skin, I feel more even and clearer? Yes. I definitely feel like this has made my skin feel clearer. It's made my face feel more even. I feel like it really goes into my pores and really cleans and deep cleans my skin. And this has African red tea extract, and I love this cleanser so much. It's a mousse cleanser, and I usually do not use mousse cleansers. I prefer like cream cleansers, but this cleanser is so worth it, and it's such a great cleanser. Now, the other thing I've been loving in the month of February is this T.L.C. Sukari Babyfacial by Drunk Elephant. This is a glycolic peel. It has 25% AHA and 2% BHA, so it's pretty strong. Now, with this peel that I use once a week, this glycolic peel I use once a week, it does tingle and it does sting, but once you take this off of your face, once you rinse it off of your face, your skin feels like a baby's butt. Like, it literally retexturizes everything. It makes your skin feel so smooth. Now, it hasn't like taking away my dark spots, because I have a lot of dark spots here. I mean, you can't see them now because of the foundation, but I have a lot of dark spots here, and I've had these dark spots since like September. This will not remove them. In my case, it hasn't removed them. It has definitely helped with like the texture of my skin. It's definitely helped with like evening out my skin tone. It's not going to get rid of your pimples. It's not going to get rid of acne. It's not going to really get rid of dark spots in my case. I don't know about other people, but I use this once a week, and I've been using this for like 2 months. I mean, this is not a new purchase. I've just been loving the results. I've just been seeing like the results more now. But yeah, this is such a great peel. I would be very careful if you have super sensitive skin. I would definitely try this and leave it on for like 10 minutes. It recommends you to leave it on for 20 minutes, but I would try 10 minutes or even 5 minutes, because when you first put it on your skin, it stings for a couple seconds and then it stops. So I would just be careful if you have super sensitive skin. And now the last thing I have been loving in the month of February is this right here. This is the Raw Sugar Body Butter. It has pineapple and macai berry and coconut. It says it's made with shea butter and it's a plant-based blend. And I actually bought this at Target for about $10. And it's like a body butter, so it has a very thick consistency. And I was not really a big fan of body butters in the past because I feel like they were drying on my skin. But now I know how to use them more. Like when I use them, I use it right after the shower. So right when I get out the shower, I make sure my body's like a little bit damp, and I take a little bit of it and just rub it on my skin. It leaves my skin just feeling so hydrated and smooth, and it smells so good. Like it smells like a pina colada. Basically, like it smells like literally pina colada, and you can get this at your local Target, and this is about, I think, $10, and it's so great and it's so amazing, and it's huge. It's 7 ounces. So if you just use like a couple scoops a day, like you're fine, because I still have a ton of this left in this jar. So I'm sure this jar is going to last me like another month or another 2 months. So that is it for my February favorites. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what items you've been loving in the month of February. I cannot wait to see what items come out in March or what items I try out in March. I'm definitely going to try to test out more makeup items just to get more things so I can talk about more things. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please subscribe down below. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Please leave a comment again what things you've been loving in February. And again, I'm Simplykrystelle here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.